Actually won here at MSC. And of course, when you look at this battle and that trophy in the middle, both of these teams have lifted it. It's the Battle of Champions, but only one can go through. It's SRG versus ONIC for this third series of the day. And we've got Mirko and Trex ready to call the action. Fellas,
thank you so much. You didn't expect that from the Master Assassin, Cram. Big pick up at the start of the game for Glacier now on Cram, but there's no follow-up. Cram able to walk up, and now it's going to be ONIC zone away from the neutral objective. Kai gonna go for the retry on his own purple buff. It's gonna be free neutral objective again. Uni won't even retry it. He'll just be able to pick it up. And it's a slow game now as SRG take the lead.
And that's exactly what we wanted to see from SRG to make this composition work. ONIC has to be able to work around that. It's going to be a little bit more time for them to get to that point to be able to fight, especially picking up the Aurora. Yes, it's going to do well against some of these frontline fighters. You have the crowd control, but it's not a fast-moving mid lane. It's not an insane playmaker. That's something you would normally see Sans on. It's a slower hero. You get a lot of value and utility out of it, but it's not going to make those quick rotations that SRG is going to be making.
Those quick rotations for SRG up top as well, really threatening Ludpi earlier. Getting the pickoff is already massive for them to get the neutral objective, but then the whole team staying up top after taking a turtle, trying to abuse the fact that Ludpi had already used the Purify was also quite big. Made him a bit low. Also pops to the Consecration for some reason up top there. Don't know if anyone really threatened him or it was just a mistap. But Ludpi will also be able to match this XP lead of Cram with an XP Crab take and a shove straight up.
Cram is playing this Hilda so aggressively, rotating around essentially the secondary tank, playing it almost like a roamer would the way he's playing on the opposite side of the river.
Whoa! Great way the Dragon finds him into the knockout strike of Uni! Rapid Drive to respond it over, Sounds walking up as well, but now it's going to be Keyboy, innovative it all. Caught, oh my god! Frigid Glacier comes around to peel Yums! With the G-Kudo, the flicker, Sound caught in the back spot, doesn't have the flicker! Cram with the swings of the battle axe, Uni! A triple kill against ONIC!
This is huge for Uni. It's 4-0 right now, add a purple buff on
Insane
top. Damage in the early game.
I mean, what is he packing in those gloves to be able to hit like that?
They're weighted gloves, man. They're weighted gloves.
Someone's got to check in, bro. Away the Dragon. Technically, they got an MMA advantage right now. Cho and Paquito, bro. With the physical defense reduction of the Cho, together with the crazy damage early on, that burst of the Paquito, no wonder they've just been deleted from the map.
You got the two best fighters in the land of Dawn on one team. Why hasn't anyone thought of this before? SRG now with a decent lead. Can they convert it into something more? They're going to move on to the spot lane. If they can start taking towers this early on, it's going to be huge for them. Maybe get the lane swap in. Once they start taking some towers, Cram can get involved. ONIC has to find a way to slow the pace. And Keyboy and Sans hanging out in these bushes, that's kind of what they're looking for. But Sans just found out.
Yep, on the Aurora is going to get completely taken out by Cram now as Ludpi gets away just a bit from that Lantern Flare. Almost fully stacked up, Keyboy. Waited in the bush for a bit too long, now gets thrown back. Way the Dragon into Uni again! Oh, this combo is just deadly.
Sadly, I gotta say, wait a second, more action.
Trex, it's everybody here. Usually the Aurora is picked up with a combo, a Kaja, a Cho, someone with single target lockdown, and this time it's with a Belleric. This feels a bit off.
Yeah, Belleric has to kind of search for it, and that means Sans has to constantly be there. And a big kick.
Sans still has a passive there. Pretty Glacier popped in as well. Cram's gonna be frozen under turtle, but man, perfectly timed knockout again. Uni in the back. It's gonna be Innocent with the pickup as well as Ludpi is gonna be slammed down to the ground. Another pickup for Innocent, a double. It's 10-1.
This is uncalled for at this point. The subbed in jungler, 5-0-4. This is his second game in MSC, and he is dominating the playing field. It's a mindset, right?
Where did Kyrie's health bar go? He almost got one shot by Uni.
This guy got locked in for the items right now.
Absolutely.
Where's Uni at?
I have no idea where he's at.
Hunter Strike, typical like that. Are we all
surprised he doesn't have
into third item at this point?
Dude, this guy has to be worried. Uni's doing so good. Kyrie gets the orange with the retry still. Holy moly, 5-0-4.
All right, so SRG have now converted this huge gold lead into multiple towers. Mid-tier 3 gone, top side all gone. And the way that SRG is moving amongst the map, they are just slowly compressing ONIC into their base. They've taken buffs. It is a tough game for ONIC. How do they even find a way out? And you said it. All they really have is Keyboy for the big engager. And for him to really get a surprise engage off, it has to be a flicker. Even Ludpi, this far behind, with the amount of damage that SRG has, he can't harass the way you want to on a Uranus. And in the past, Uranus could still do it at maybe 0-2, could still do it at a 6k gold deficit, but we've been seeing how much trouble Uranus has been having in the meta currently when you fall behind like this. So it's going to be a while, if ever, that ONIC can really come online and re-engage these fights. They're going to have to let SRG come to them and look for the counterattack.
Boom, Yums is on him.
All right, ONIC, they do have some ability to defend here, right? Retry down for the purple buff. Kyrie is able to get it. That's going to be helpful in this next big push as Pelwer moves forward. And SRG, I think at this point, take these tier 2s. If you get anything more, it's definitely a bonus. But with a 7K gold lead, they could try to force things open.
Oh my god. On the arena's taking that much damage. Holy shield. Procs in the end, and the charge still comes through. SRG now looking to get 2. Holy shield's down before 12 minutes of the game. Innocent popping that damage again. The Synchro Fission doing work.
It's a scary bottleneck to come into against ONIC right now, even with the gold advantage.
Oh, no wonder. Look, Holy Crystal picked up already on a Harith. 11 minutes in, and he's on the way to the Divine Glaive.
It's definitely trouble for ONIC, but SRG respects the composition, right? You walk into that tower, you get hit by a big Frigid Glacier, you get hit by any of those big AoE skills. The possibility is there for a quick table flip, a quick turnaround by ONIC, so SRG has to play this smart. They can't brute force ONIC's base open right now. 60 seconds for Lord, they just freeze lanes.
Solid for SRG. No real reason for them to push the tempo anymore. No real reason for them to take any risks. They have the lead. They can play it safe. Heck, Cram can take a beating as well, and he can get away from it. It's all good. Divine Glaive for Sans, though, and it's only a second item.
4.8 gold.
That's painful. Kelra able to spot Yobes in that bush.
4.8k gold.
Seems to be big right now. Yobes gonna go for the cut right now. Kelra is gonna get caught as well. Blaze into it. Pops in. Oh! Okay, but it's gonna get canceled. Now it's Stormy. Dives in, picks up the kill with the Sky Piercer and the Lantern Flare. Kyrie with the blades. Uni jump in, and again, the Purify out for Lutpi. But Kelra has finally been taken out.
2-for-1 trade for SRG right in front of the base, 10 seconds before Lord. It's exactly what SRG needs. They're finding these quick moments that they know that as long as we get one more hero, we can go for this big objective. We won't have them harassing us, and Kelra was the big problem in the last fight. So they know who they needed to lock onto, and Uni hasn't missed. 6-0 in 5, and with Kelra finally down, this is going to give the advantage to Innocent in a lot of these fights. We saw the gold lead earlier.
Even flickering forward, Crimson beaconing forward, and it just looks awkward. But that's where you find, the benefits of having this crazy aggressive style on your mid lane on Stormy. When it works amazing. That shut into Kelra. This is such a good turret to take as well, man. It's gonna be the far lane up there. Way the Dragon onto Lil P for the Glacier, able to lock him down just for a bit as Yubs is able to flicker out of it. Frozen Innocent, no Purify burnt out. Lord gonna be dealt with as well. And SRG are happy with just the base turret on the far lane.
Clock is ticking though, they're at 10k. I think one more base turret could be helpful. Kelra getting faster and faster as this moves forward. Kyrie also, even though it's an assassin jungle, it's gonna start scaling eventually. SRG has to be careful about how long they want to let this game last.
I think at this point, SRG, they should be still very, very comfortable. Yes, Sonic have that scaling, but as long as SRG play around these side lanes, utilizing that advantage, there's not much ONIC can do, right? Because with this kind of composition, SRG can actually still blitz around the Lord. Now, once we get into Evolve Lord territory, for sure. I think the biggest gap right now has to be between the frontliners, man, because the damage dealers, as you mentioned as well, they're on the way to their full items, right? We're gonna get to a point where it won't really matter. Oh, hold on, Lutpi takes a big beating because it needs a Purify those. This is a pure 50-50 now onto it. Kyrie doesn't get it. It's gonna be Uni and Innocent, I believe. Kyrie wasn't able to get his hands on it, and without a purple buff, this will just be another free neutral objective, and then it's gonna build from there, Trex. SRG, they're playing a safe game because they know as long as they're able to build these small wins, get those neutral objectives, and then transition them into structures, in the end, it's going to be very, very difficult.
He saved his retry. I'm wondering if the reason why is because Kyrie wants to try to go for the steal here. Maybe. They wanted to bait out the retry so that he wouldn't have it to try to contest. ONIC is keeping a close play. Look at Humes right now.
Cram as well in the back. Kundo now the way to Dragon, but it goes into a different angle. In the back to Mikhail with a crown as well. He's going to be top spot right now. Makai finds Innocent in the fight. Now he goes for the damage. It's only picks up the godlike as he takes Kelra down. Both gold laners out of the fight.
This is huge for ONIC right now. Kyrie, and this is what I meant. They hold on to it. Yes, we don't get the purple, but as long as we can dry, as long as we can hold things, they have to back off. They don't want to play the long fight.
You got to give props to ONIC, man. They layer their skills very well. The Wrath of the Dryad baited out the Purify. Then we saw the Frigid Glacier. Not the stun, but just the damage. Right as Kyrie jumped off the Finch Poise with his own Defiant Blade to burst Innocent down. So now Innocent, he's also fallen. Both gold laners aren't deathless. The only man who's deathless right now is Uni. Bro, 7-0-5 on a Paquito.
Who would have thought? Who would have thunk? Another pick that's, another crazy layer to the meta right now. Something that at first you see it, you doubt it, and SRG is making it work very well right now. But they are having some trouble closing this out. They're finding great position. Humes always in a side bush. Cram always looking for an angle as well. ONIC has to watch out for it.
SRG are going to go for the commitment here. They see the Ling. It's insta-commit. No way for ONIC to respond to this. They still want to try, though. Look, the caught again. It's going to be the taunt landing with the Shun boost right there. Uni with the retreat. Keeps it clean. Dodges the background, waiting for a Frigid Glacier. Plays down as the passive. Going to be propped in as high. Jumps in on Innocent. Picks up the blade. Picks it up. Waiting to try to peel again. It's not going to be Kyrie with blades. Over and over again. It's Cram in the back, waiting for a position. Signs for Innocent, but SRG got the neutral objective. Kyrie with the chase now onto Cram. No flicker available. Kelra wants to go with the chase. It cuts him off.
He doesn't have the Wrath of Dryad.
No, he doesn't. Doesn't land a taunt either. It's not the Evolved Lord yet, so ONIC, I feel, get the win with a mid and a gold traded. But if SRG can stop these three members from recalling, it's going to be massive.
The pincers here. Uni comes in. It's going to be bad for ONIC.
Oh, watch how stormy he goes. We're trying to disperse the damage. Kyrie able to get the fine play. His Cram tries to get him down. Wave up top, and the Lord is going to come crashing down, but the mini wave's actually going to spawn in time. Look be there. Kyrie with a Tempest of Blades gets him out. Look pay against 3 on this Uranus.
All he's got to do is keep him away from the base as ONIC tries to clear this Lord. All he's got to do is buy a little bit more time.
The Lord and the minions almost won SRG the game. Lutpi falls in the end. No consecration, and now it's Innocent back up in the Lanadon.
ONIC with a Hail Mary play there, and SRG responding so cleanly, but it's not over yet. SRG still at the door. They're waiting for another wave to come down.
Oh no, Frigid Glacier, the frozen as well. Innocent comes over to Onward, but now it's going to Kelra. Going with the lazy duet by Innocent. Takes him Uni!
Kyrie's trying to save it, but Uni wants to stop him. Kyrie gets the shutdown, the double, the back and forth. Neither team wanting to give this up.
There can only be one.
The wise man once said.
Mr. Cram. On the hill, though. Can you imagine that? The guy's like up in front, always flanking on a master assassin.
That's the hero that should be dying the most. You know, that's the one that's like, oh, we just sacrificed the hill in the early game.
For sure. I mean,
not Cram, though.
Not Cram.
Not me.
He's built
no way.
different. 3-0 and 13.
All right. 3-13 is insane. We're at 20-9. ONIC finally with a grip on this game. It's down to tie game mode. The problem is Lord spawns on bot side, long lane, looking hard for ONIC.
Oh, he's going to jump in. Oh, we're going to get it down! Straight up, what was that damage? Kai and Kelra together with the combo. Now it's up to Stormy and Uni, Cram and Humes in a 4v5.
Uni needs to find an angle in before Kelra shreds this down. Kyrie as well.
They got no red trick. They gotta play it slow. Kelra jumps with the BMI over on Cram. Now it's Lutpi zoning in the backline as Cram tries to run away. BMI back again from Kelra as Lutpi tries to stop Uni from getting into this Lord pit.
In the backside, a big kick from Humes.
Over on Sanatan with the follow-up. Humes goes down to Kelra. Kelra's playing this game. Wave up top is good for SRG, but ONIC want to go for the Lord. Wave, wave, wave.
Someone's got to go back and someone's got to stay. Because if they lose this Lord, they may not survive the game.
Kelra with the lazy duet story gets out the Crimson Beacon. That's going to be him jumping back again with a nature from Kelra. Sans pops down the Frigid Glacier. It stuns Uni. Kai gets a shutdown. Cram's first death in game 1.
And the crowd is electric right now. And we are losing our minds through this game. We're 22.5 minutes in. It's Stormy and Innocent defending the base. A Lord will be coming soon, but ONIC is already at the inhibitors.
Look at the death timer, 16 seconds on Humes, 30 on Uni. Cram is down for another 40. The Evolved Lord is going to spawn in the bottom lane. And ONIC want to utilize it. Innocent and Stormy. They've done this before.
They have done this before, but Kelra is shredding. ONIC doesn't want to show them the same respect that SRG showed them 10 minutes ago.
50 seconds now on Uni.
On the line.
They're buying good time. They're buying really good time. They actually saved this mid-turret.
SRG.
They're going to have all 5.
Yeah, they will have all 5. Does ONIC fully commit to this here? There's so many towers that they have to get through.
This is a
the
big
Lord
Lord.
with a good chunk of damage.
Tier 2 up top, going to fall down as well as Kai deals with the waves, but now it's going to be the Evolved Lord into the bottom lane. Winter Crown bot again after using the Wind of Nature in that previous fight. Look, P.
Looking for an angle in. They're able to make their way forward.
Defense. Oh, Kelra! They're giving it to his keyboard. Who's able to find the right to try it? Innocent falls. Uni's next. Cram and Humes cannot defend. ONIC come back in game number 1.
It took 23 minutes, multiple Lords, but ONIC finally pulled the game back into their hands. And
that's why it looked like insta-burst.
It literally just looked like, it looked like he blew them up and did not shred them down.
That's why I needed to look back.
There's definite insanity. Taking a look at some of these stats, you know, we got to go back to Uni, man, because he did have an amazing start of this game. 69,000 damage dealt, but the fact that Kelra ends up doing 126